Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back to the Monster Meadow. My name is Meadow, and today we will be unboxing doll number 3 in the Monster High Off-White Collaborative doll line. Now, today's doll is named Raven Rhapsody. Her model number is HNV19. She was released on January 19th, 2024, and she is a gargoyle. Her outfit inspo also comes from the Spring-Summer 2017 ready-to-wear runway. This is look number 26. It is a blue and red striped cropped color block hoodie, a blue, black, and white color block cropped tank, a black leather belt bag, a black pleated asymmetrical skirt, a pair of black booties, and a black ball cap. This doll's ball cap reads Monster, but the real life one that the model was wearing, her ball cap actually read Woman. Now, I could not find a name for the hoodie, skirt, bag, tank, or even the cap. I just found a closer example of the cap. But I did find an example of the booties. They are the off-white black suede open-toe lace-up ankle booties. They're not exact. The booties this doll is wearing, the heels are more of a block heel. The real-life version, the heels are more of a stiletto, and it seems there's a piece of metal on the heel or something. But that's the closest real-life example I could find. And then the accessory this doll comes with is not a bag. It is a pair of earrings. They are in the shape of the off-white arrow. They are metallic. One is silver, one is blue. Now, I could not find a real-life example of this exact pair of earrings, but I could find 2 different pairs of earrings, one in silver, one in blue, but not a metallic blue. They are off-white mini arrow earrings. This doll's bio reads, "A gargoyle from horn to toe, Raven Rhapsody floats down to this evening's jaunt in a stunning look pulled straight from the archives of the Off-White 2017 Businesswoman collection." So that's a little bit about Miss Raven Rhapsody. Let's go ahead and get her out of her box so we can see her. Come on. Get off. Bottom styrofoam. Other side. This one's a little tight in the box. Okay. Again, here are the instructions, and the silhouette does match Miss Raven Rhapsody, which I think is a really nice detail, because a lot of times, at least with Playline dolls, if a doll comes with instructions, the silhouette is very vague and does not match the doll you're getting. So I think it's nice that they didn't just reuse the same instructions for all of them. They actually put in the effort to change up the silhouette to match what you will be unboxing. Once again, the Monster High and Off-White logos on the top of the box, covered in a piece of sticky protective plastic. If I can get it off. I really need to quit biting my nails. Well, I really just need to get my nails done, but we don't have money for that, not in this economy. But yeah, again, they're not metal, they're a metallic resin. And then Off-White, Monster High logos on the sides, also covered in sticky protective plastic. Come on. Here's just top of the box, all the holes to highlight specific parts of the doll for if you want a mysterious display. Ripped tissue paper. Scratch off. Then again, Mattel Creations Certificate of Authenticity, Monster High X Off-White. This certifies that your Monster High X Off-White doll materialized through the collaborative efforts of the designers and artists at Mattel. Set that aside. Now that we've got the sleeve off, we take her out of the base. Come on. Slowly. There we go. Let's see. Monster High X Off-White, doll number 3. This product is intended for adult collectors and is not intended for children under 14 years of age. Doll stand, Certificate of Authenticity. There's just the bottom. I also noticed we do have the Monster High and Off-White logos, but pressed into the box is the Mattel Creations logo. You probably can't see it that well, but it's like pressed in. You can't see it visually unless you look very, very closely. But if you feel the box, it is there. And then this side is completely blank. But yeah, I thought that was cool. And of course, the next step is to poke the plastic out of these holes and take the plastic sleeve off. Set that aside. Now we open this bit of plastic on here to cut her free. Let's see. There is, again, a black ribbon holding her waist in place, and then plastic T-ties in the back of her head. Ribbon, black ribbon holding her in place, and then there are rubber bands holding her legs to the plastic. We are not cutting rubber bands today. I am still hurting from cutting that rubber band off of Harmony Ghoul. But there is one rubber band. second rubber band. Ah. A third rubber band has entered the video. Third rubber band. And then there is a fourth holding her onto her stand because she does have a saddle stand. You know, she has the flowy skirt, so she is able to have the saddle stand. I know a lot of people don't like the saddle stands. I like that we don't have to look at a chunky stand hanging onto the back of the doll. But I just wish they would create a saddle stand mold that could better fit the dolls, both on their underside and their height of the shoes. A lot of times they don't account for the extra height that the heels add to the doll when making the stand. There is another piece of plastic secured to the back of her head with a piece of black thread. I will also trim down the rest of the T-ties. Okay, let's cut the thread. Black thread. A third T-tie, well, fourth, is holding this piece of plastic in place. And watch, there are more threads. It's like a giant piece of plastic behind her hair, but in front of her wings, just holding her hair flat. Is that the last of the thread? Yes. So that was behind her hair, in front of her wings, just making sure her hair isn't moving during transport. But that was a bit of a pain. And trim up the rest of the T-tie. There we go. Okay. Get your hair out of the way. Let's see. A black elastic holding her hand to her waist to kind of keep the pose she's in. Go ahead and take that off. Save it. other clear elastic. Don't know what it was holding, but it's off now. Her hat is a rubbery material. It does not feel like she has actual horns. Oh, she does. They just are slightly smaller than the hat. But horns, just the hat is a little loose. The horns are also rubbery. I can get the hat back on. There we go. The wings, they are kind of a squishy plastic, but they are molded into a shape where they are kind of hard. They are also translucent. I don't know. Yeah. Her hair is, I believe, mostly black with chunky red highlights. Her eyes are green. She has silver eyeshadow with a brown crease and then a bit of smoky on the brow bone. Black lip, and her green cheeks seem to have a bit of pinkish blush. I'm having a hard time placing the material of the jacket. It's like a towel, but in a satisfyingly good way. Like, it's not a scratchy towel. It's like a nice soft beach towel, if you know what I'm talking about. And then, of course, here's the tank top. The little leather belt bag. Doesn't look like it'll be able to hold anything, but it is a cute touch. And then the skirt, it is tiered. It's made of, I believe, the same stretchy fabric as Harmonique's dress, just not nearly as sheer. There is layers to it. So here's the top, middle, and then this is like 2 separate layers. Well, maybe 3, no, 4 separate layers. And then a simple mini skirt underneath. So there's that. This is like 2. But yeah, they added layers to this skirt. And then the boots. These are laces. They're not functional laces. They are just kind of hooked onto the boots. But it's a nice touch. No object heels. Yeah, and then here is the hood behind her wings. I guess the jacket would have covered that. But yeah, Miss Raven Rhapsody. And then she does have holes in her ears, so she can wear the earrings she comes with. But I want to keep the earrings in their little pedestal. So her hair is going to cover her ears. At least in my display. But she does have cute little gargoyle ears. Let me show you guys the earrings. Again, the acrylic case covering the earrings are just held in place by clear, circular pieces of tape. There's that. And again, they're being held in place by a piece of plastic. Cut. And cut. And then another cut. Okay. So yeah, this is the plastic they're being held in. You can just cut it off of the pedestal, slip it out. And then the earrings actually have a little box with another piece of acrylic, and they're just kind of held in place here. But yeah, you can just slip them out, and you have your doll's earrings if you want her to wear them. Put this back on. But yeah. I will say they went all out with presentation with this line. I do appreciate it. Okay, let's put that back in place. And then let's get her back on the stand. And I will go ahead and get her posed and back in the box, as I will be displaying her on the shelf. And I will be right back with you guys. Okay, here she is, Miss Raven Rhapsody, as she will be displayed on the shelf. I kind of posed her, one with a hand on the hip with hair covering it, and then her looking out, kind of going to pull her hat down. The shoes do not want to stay in place. I will fix those. The rubber band holding her to the stand was not tied as tight as it should have been, so it keeps slipping down. I will fix that. And then, of course, the top of the box. But yeah, that is Miss Raven Rhapsody, ready to be displayed on the shelf. Okay, there is Miss Raven Rhapsody on her shelf. The final doll, waiting to be unboxed. And then, of course, Harmony Ghoul and Electra Melody. I did change her pose. I made her reach for her glasses instead of just arm down. And then I slightly altered Harmony Ghoul just by turning her head a little bit. But yeah, here is Raven Rhapsody. I cannot wait to finish unboxing this line. This shelf is going to look so cool. And then the mess. But I'll clean that up later. Okay, that is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and let me know. If you'd like to see more content between now and my next video, go check out my Instagram, linked in the description down below. Also linked down there is my Momoa, if you want to take a peek at anything in the cabinet behind me or the shelves in front of me. You can find them all over there. Miss Raven Rhapsody herself is already posted over there. Go give that ghoul some love. I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember, don't be afraid to be yourself. Bye!